the transform survey points allows you to move survey points from one location to another. A typical example would be that the survey crew went out here and collected this data, and you can see based on my coordinates that they just started with an assumed coordinate, and they put in a couple control points and some flies. Then they went out and GPSed in the points, and now I've got good control points that are GPS points that have been put on the state plane system. So I want to translate this survey project and data over to this data over here. So I can do the transform survey points, and you got a couple different options of parameter presets. You can either do a 5 or a 7. 5 will do a delta northing and delta easting, as well as an elevation, also a rotation angle and a scale factor. You can see that if you do 7, it'll do a delta X and a delta Y. So I'm going to choose 5 as my preset, and then down here you're going to be able to scale and adjust the rotation, and you can see that it's either going to be used a centroid or the first point. So I'm going to use point number 1 as my first point, and then down here you basically pick your pairs. So you can pick from the screen, or from here I can type in I want to go from point 1 to GPS point 1. So I can go to basically just type it in, and when I hit tab you'll see that it calculates the delta northing and easting information. Now I also want to make sure that I select the points I want to move, so I'm going to move those points, and then I'm going to add a second pair, and my second pair will be point number 2 to GPS number 2. And when I tab on that, you'll see that I get some residuals, calculates my scale factor, rotation angle, delta, northing, easting, and elevation. So all I have to do now is click apply. It'll process the data and move it. You'll also note that you're going to get a report, and you want to make sure you do this if you want to save this report. So I'll click on yes, and you will see that we're going to get a transformation survey report, and in that report you can save it as a PDF, print it off, but it gives you all the data so that you have a record of your transformation of your data.